What's up, guys? Coming to you today with a full slate of NBA action here on Friday, December 19th. I'll give you my favorite picks on the side and over-under on each game. We'll look at some small NBA prop leans. Unfortunately, props are not posted yet, so it'll just have to be some small leans, but I should be able to point you in the right direction, and we will update that pinned comment later in the day. I'll give you my favorite underdog pick of the day and my massive lock, so slam that like button and subscribe to the channel to make sure you keep seeing these videos every single day, and let us know what you're thinking in the comments. I personally read and answer every comment I get. Check the pinned comment throughout the day to see our favorite picks, and you should definitely check back a couple of times throughout the day to see if there are any changes with injury news coming out and starters being confirmed. Yesterday, guys, still have everything cooking right now here at time of recording. Things are looking pretty good, though. We've got the Rams. Well, that's not looking quite as good. They gave up a touchdown there to Seattle. They're currently down by 1, but still a long way to go in that game. We'll see how things shake out there. On the NBA side, things are looking okay. The Thunder are up pretty big. We do have them as massive favorites, but they are up by 20 right now at the end of the third, so hopefully their bench can keep things right on rolling. We got Denver minus 7.5. Still relatively early on in that game. Right now, Denver is down by 3, but it's not even halftime yet, so really not a lot to go off of it in that one. I do like the way the Nuggets are playing so far, overcoming some pretty cold shooting early on. We got the Suns plus 2.5, so we'll see what they can do there against the Warriors. They're our dog of the day today, and currently they're down 4, but it's not even halftime in that game either. And we're on the Spurs minus 12.5. They're currently up by 18 there against Washington. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, so we'll see how those all work out. Feeling pretty good about the vast majority of them, so we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, it's a little bit down the stretch. We'll have it marked whether these are wins or losses, I would say, by the time we're done editing this video. But we got to go ahead and get after it here, guys. We're coming off a monster day on the college basketball side over there in terms of premium action, going 3-0. So we'll be talking about that. It's been a very, very hot run on the college basketball side, but a lot still cooking out there in the premium section. A big 3-unit play on the college football side that we're going to be talking about a bunch. So let's go ahead and dive right on in. First up here on this NBA slate, we've got the Miami Heat going on the road to take on the Boston Celtics in a game that is kind of surprisingly not one of the Amazon Prime games here on Friday. The Heat come into this game. They will be playing on no rest. They're currently playing right now at time. Oh no, wait, that game is finished. The Heat end up coming away with the 106-95 win there over the Brooklyn Nets. So they do take care of business, get a win that they're supposed to get. Norman Powell did end up playing in that game. We saw Tyler Hero not play, still dealing with that. I guess it's listed as a coach's decision, but he's still dealing with that toe issue. So he did not play. But Kel Ware, I've been harping on this dude needing to get more minutes. Well, he was a monster out there. He only played 30 minutes. I think he could play 30 minutes a night. 22 points, 12 boards, 1 assist, 4 blocks. He was a +5. Bam, a +12, but not nearly as productive of a night. Norman Powell played really, really well. Davion Mitchell played well. Jaime Jaquez Jr., a monster night off the bench. 19 points in his 29 minutes. He was a +4. The Heat shot 32% from 3. Nothing too crazy there. They out-rebounded Brooklyn by only 2. Overall, it was a very good game. Maybe a couple more turnovers than they would want, but overall, very, very good news there for the Miami Heat. Although, it has to be a little bit concerning to see them all of a sudden, or not all of a sudden, just continuing to play much better when Tyler Hero is not in the lineup. It doesn't really make any sense to me. He's, a long-term Heat guy, so we'll see what happens down the stretch with him. No great updates here on the injury report for the Heat. They are going to be playing on back-to-back nights here. Hero not playing this game against the Nets. That does not mean he's necessarily going to sit out this game against the Celtics. Maybe they're just sitting him for the front half of a back-to-back. We will have to wait and see that. We'll have to wait and see. Other than that, they're relatively healthy coming into this game. Pele Larson could be, sidelined, but no guys that really move the needle for me too much. So we'll see what the Heat have in the tank here as they go on the road, playing on back-to-back nights to take on the Boston Celtics. The Celtics are 15-11 on the season. They're coming off back-to-back losses. A head-scratcher of a loss there against the Bucks. That was just a bad game, and Kyle Kuzma went absolutely nuclear against them. I don't think I've ever said that sentence before in my life. The Pistons loss, Cade Cunningham just played great. Boston didn't knock down enough shots late in that game, and some very, very clutch shot making from Javonte Green really hurt the Celtics in that game. But we'll see. They've got a little bounce back in them. Jaylen Brown's playing out of his mind, playing with an incredibly high level of effort on a nightly basis here, even in the regular season. Derek White played really, really well there against the Pistons. Also, kind of a down day there from Pritchard. He struggled. Jordan Wall Walsh wasn't up to his normal tricks, only scoring 8 points in 18 minutes. Maybe should have gotten a little more run, but he was a -10 in those minutes, so he wasn't great. Some good work coming off the bench. Shireman was a -12, not a great look for him, but Anthony Simons, 9 points, not the norm for him, but he was a +8. So there's reason to think the Celtics could definitely bounce back here. They're relatively healthy coming into this game. Hauser and Josh Minot are on the injury report. Hauser, he's dealing with that ankle issue. He's officially probable, so it sounds like he'll be back. That should definitely help out the Celtics a good amount. And Minot, guys, he's probable as well. So it should be a very, very healthy version here of the Boston Celtics. And that hasn't necessarily been the case for them for the majority of recent history. So having a little bit of additional depth should definitely help this team. And I think it's part of the reason they're 5-point favorites in this game playing at home. Also doesn't hurt that they are fully rested and the Heat will not be. We got a total of 233.5. So a decent sized number. Miami, they are 6-6 against the spread on the road this season. They are 2-2 against the spread on no rest. They are 14-12 to the under. And let's keep in mind the Heat did play last night in Brooklyn. So Brooklyn to Boston, not exactly a crazy trip. The Celtics themselves, they're 7-6 against the spread at home. They are 14-12 to the under. I don't have a big lean on the total in this game. I would maybe even lean just a hair towards the over, if I'm being honest, but much better than that, guys. Just give me the Celtics at -5. I think a tired Miami Heat team gonna have a little bit of trouble here playing on the road against a Celtics squad that's really kind of desperate for a win here. Losing 2 in a row hasn't been something that's happened all that often for Boston this year. They've been a better team than I'll be 100% honest, a better team than I thought they would be over the course of the year. And coming off a loss this year, they are 6-4 against the spread. So I'll definitely take the Celtics here at -5. You could also take them on the money line. Either play I think is very, very reasonable. In terms of some player props for this game, I definitely think this is a spot you consider backing overs on Jaylen Brown just in general. His scoring, his number of field goals made, stuff like that should be good. I think we could see a decent Jordan Walsh game in this one, although Hauser coming back does kind of mess that up. But like I said, guys, check that pinned comment throughout the day tomorrow. We will be adding in player props later on. Next up on this, interesting but a little bit short slate we've got here on Friday, we're looking at the Philadelphia 76ers going on the road to take on the New York Knicks. The 76ers, they are fresh off a very close 120-117 loss there in Atlanta. Paul George, a vintage Paul George game. Haven't seen that in quite some time, but he came out, put up a 35-piece, shot the lights out, 7 of 10 from 3. He played great. Despite all that, he was only a +2, so let's not freak out too much. Embiid played. He had 22 points and 14 boards in his 30 minutes. The defense doesn't look great. He was a -8. We did not see Maxey in this game. That's a huge problem. No Maxey, you're not going to see a lot of wins there from the 76ers. The bench, just god-awful. 9 points from the entire bench. It was really rough. As a team, they shot 41% from 3, 24-29 from the field. They had just basically an even 9 on the boards, and they still managed to lose this game because the defense is so bad. They allowed the Hawks to shoot 52% from 3 in this game. Crazy stuff. The 76ers, to me, they just feel like a broken team. Like, we'll see what they can do here down the stretch, see what'll happen if they get healthy, but it's not looking great right now. The injury report coming into this game, Maxey should be ready to go. That's a big step in the right direction. I think they could really use Kelly Oubre to come back and be healthy. Paul George playing well is a nice step in the right direction. I do still think they probably want to trade him away, but they're much more able to trade him away if he looks like he's an actual above replacement level NBA player. Oubre, he is going to be out for this game. He won't be back yet, but it sounds like he's getting quite a bit closer. That could definitely help, but also make it even more necessary that the 76ers try and get Paul George out of town. Embiid, he's questionable for this game due to an illness apparently, so I guess the knee's fine. I guess it's just an illness that could potentially preclude him from playing in this game. We'll see if that actually happens. I would kind of assume that if Embiid is sick, he's probably going to trend towards not playing, and if he does play, might not play great. So keep a closer eye on that situation as we head into getting closer to game time there on Friday. Now, the Knicks, they come into this game playing great. They are fresh off of a game last night, so they'll be playing on no rest. It took a late Brunson three-pointer to help them, steal the win here and win this game by 1 point. So taking the Pacers plus 4.5, like I said, in a massive letdown spot for the Knicks would have worked out. I honestly thought it would work out a lot easier than it did, but hey, a win is a win, so we're not going to complain about that. Brunson putting up a 25-piece coming off of a monster NBA Cup championship is very impressive. Bridges, 22 points. He played well. Cat did sit this game out as we guessed that he would. Definitely not the full strength of Knicks in this game, though. Jordan Clarkson putting up 18 off the bench, and Tyler Kolek continued to absolutely ball. all of a sudden tons of bench scoring for the Knicks, which is kind of an indictment of what Tibbs did last season and maybe a little bit of an indictment of just how bad those guys played early in this year. But we'll see what the Knicks can do here going down the stretch. They are, like I said, going to be playing this game on no rest, so we don't have a fully updated injury report. I do think there's a very good chance that Josh Hart comes back and plays in this game. There's really no reason to think he's going to sit out multiple games. I think they just wanted to get him one game worth of rest. Mitchell Robinson sitting out, but no real injury there to that ankle. I think this was more of a rest situation after he played more and very much more intense minutes than he is used to playing there in that NBA Cup championship game. Karl Anthony Towns, though, dealing with that knee issue, did not play there against the Pacers, and I kind of think he's not going to play for a couple games. I could be wrong. We have seen Cat play through more injuries than I would normally expect him to play through in a regular season. Seems a little bit risky, seems a little bit unnecessary for me, especially out in the East, but we'll see if Cat plays in this one or not. I would tend to think he is probably not going to play in this game just based on the numbers that we're seeing posted right now, but we will have to kind of wait and see. Maybe he does play, so keep a very close eye on that injury report. Looking at the numbers for this game, the Knicks are 5.5-point favorites. We've got a total of 230.5 in this one. The 76ers are shockingly good, 8-2 against the spread on the road this season. They're 13-12 to the under. The Knicks are 13-1 against the spread at home this year. That's nuts. I cannot believe that's really their against the spread home mark. I was looking it up. Obviously, I've been tracking this all year, but I looked that number up and I was like, that's wrong. Went and double checked. It's not wrong. Crazy that they've been so good against the spread at home this year. They're also 2-1 against the spread this season when playing on no rest, but what that's really going to hinge on for me is whether or not Cat plays in this game. They're also a slight over team this season. So looking at the total here, I don't dislike over 230.5. I think we'll see a good amount of offense in this game in general, but better than that, guys, I am going to lean towards the Knicks here at -5.5. I just don't think the 76ers are that good. I think we're going to see an implosion game from Paul George, so definitely taking Paul George unders in this one makes all the sense in the world to me. I do not think we're going to see some monster performance from Paul George, but maybe most importantly in this game, because it's not going to go in the pinned comment, keep an eye on that pinned comment, keep an eye on the injury report, because playing on back-to-back nights like this, I could see Jalen Brunson potentially sitting this game out. I could see all sorts of weird, availability issues for the Knicks. So keep a close eye on that one. We may end up having to flip-flop and take the 76ers. This is definitely a wait-and-see spot. Hey guys, hop in here with a quick shout out to the sponsor today and every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. Click the link in the description to go over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Right now, our premium members are getting daily NBA, NHL, UFC, NFL, college football, and college basketball picks. And my God, guys, has it been a great time to get in on that college basketball action. We've been on a pretty good run here recently, and we are coming off of a 3-0 night there on the 18th. William & Mary came through cashing at -8.5. Eastern Illinois +5.5. I believe they won that game straight up in overtime. And Delaware State coming up nicely there, +19. Getting us the half unit win on that one as well. So things are looking really, really good over the last several days on the college basketball side. Definitely going to be looking to keep that rolling. The NBA stuff is looking pretty good as well. Let's do a little quick check here on how many points Trey Murphy has. I believe he was only like one bucket away from covering his player prop for us. That would be great. The Spurs are currently up huge in their game, so that's also looking very, very good. So hopefully we can have a nice winning night. We need the Pelicans to kind of figure things out, or not the Pelicans, we need the Nuggets to kind of figure things out, but they're looking good now coming into the halftime. Huge, playing really, really well. Going on a pretty sick run there. So we'll definitely more than happy to take that. And the Trey Murphy, well, the Pelicans have made a huge, huge run, and Trey Murphy has definitely been part of that. He's up to 19 points. We've already cashed his player prop. So looking like a potential could happen. 3-0 night there on the NBA side as well. We've got the Rams as a 2-unit play on the money line. We've got the over there on Jackson Smith and Jigba, and a plethora of very solid looking NHL plays. Not a lot of games over there on the NHL side yet, so not going to do a huge dive on that one. But our college football play today, one of the biggest college football plays that you'll see us make here in bowl season, and it is looking fantastic. Taking Arkansas State -3. They're up 24-7 there over a Missouri State team that had a great regular season, but then lost their head coach before this bowl game. Seems like they were maybe a little bit bothered about that. They're also playing their first bowl game in school history, or at least in modern school history. So yeah, they are not having a great time. They are pretty much getting whacked. So that one's looking like a really, really nice win over there for 3 big units. So looking like a monster day over there on the premium side. Make sure you're getting over to StumpTheSpread.com and signing up for those premium picks if you're interested, guys. Tons and tons of great stuff coming out every single day. It's one of the best times of the year to get in on the premium action. There's so many sports, so much research, so much work being put into those picks every single day. It's a fantastic time to hop on board. So I hope you guys get over there and take advantage of that. You also want to get over to stumpthespread.com and check out all the free stuff we offer. We've got our free to use bet size calculator. We've got free picks posted every single day under the free picks tab. There were at least 2 free picks in there today. Sometimes there's more. There's always at least one though. So definitely make sure you're getting over there and checking on the free picks and get on that free email newsletter, guys. It's packed full of fantastic information every single day. There's free picks in there. There's parlays in there. There's touchdown props in there every single weekend. Tons of those in there for NFL. Cashed a bunch from last week. I can't remember if they're on this side or that side, whichever side they're on. There's the information on the ones we cashed last week. Looked very, very good. That email list is a fantastic resource. You definitely want to make sure you're getting on there, not missing out on all that great stuff every single week. Also, if you're a huge fan of what you're seeing from us here every single day on the YouTube channel, click that little join button right below the video to sign up for a YouTube channel membership. YouTube channel members get early access to all of our videos, get their name up on screen in every single video, but maybe more importantly, they get access to our members-only giveaways, guys. And we give away a Stump the Spread hoodie here every single week to one YouTube channel member. One random YouTube channel member, we put all the names on a wheel, we spin the big wheel on every single Monday video, and whoever it lands on, they get a Stump the Spread hoodie mailed straight to their address of choice. So love doing those giveaways, but now you can actually go over there and buy a Stump the Spread hoodie. You just go over to stumpthespread.com, click on that little shop tab, and they'll get you set up. You get to pick your size, your color, all that kind of good stuff, and we'll get that hoodie out to you. I think you can get them in as little as 6 or 7 days, and they are made up fresh for you and sent to you. So definitely make sure, if you're interested in getting a hoodie, get yourself a Stump the Spread hoodie here for the holidays. But let's go ahead and dive back in, guys. We've got a bunch more NBA games to cover here on what's looking like a very, very exciting slate. I'm really pumped to watch a bunch of these games. And next up, we're going to look at the San Antonio Spurs as they go on the road to take on the Atlanta Hawks. The Spurs come into this game actually still currently playing the Wizards. They are up massive in that game, though, up 113-88. So things are going pretty much as aggressively their way as they possibly could. We'll see who the Spurs actually end up playing here. Playing on back-to-back nights, things can get a little bit weird. They ended up playing Wemby in this game off the bench. He played 17 minutes, had 15 very efficient points and 8 boards and 4 assists and 4 blocks. The dude is just an alien, not a human being out there playing basketball. It's nuts. Another terrible shooting night from Harrison Barnes, but we liked what we saw from Devin Vassell. We liked what we saw from Stephon Castle. Fox actually really, really struggled out there too. That's going to turn into a pretty weird situation if he doesn't get back to work and start playing much, much better, because the ball being in the hands of Stephon Castle and Devin Vassell looks really, really good for this team. So we'll see what happens down the stretch. I'm sure Fox doesn't really have anything to worry about. Looks like the Spurs are in pretty good shape to cover that big number for us today. So that would be really, really nice if they can make that happen. Now, in terms of them playing on back-to-back nights, all that kind of stuff, definitely got to keep a close eye on the injury report. It's not fully updated right now, but I do expect to see most of the familiar faces playing. Nobody played a particularly heavy minutes load. I think we'll see Fox, Castle, Vassell, certainly Barnes. Wemby, keep an eye on that. Potentially you could see him sitting out the second half of a back-to-back since he is just coming back from injury, but also he didn't play very many minutes. He's also not the kind of guy that likes sitting games out, so maybe that actually won't be a thing. We'll have to wait and see. Basically, the whole second unit, I expect to be rested and ready to get after it. So we'll see who they actually have available. Keep an eye on that injury report as they head to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. The Hawks come into this game fresh off a 133-126 loss there at the hands of the Charlotte Hornets. Now, Trae Young did come back for this game. Off that injury, he didn't play great. He played 20 minutes and had 10 assists, so that obviously looks amazing. But he was 0 of 5 from 3, 3 of 8 from the field, and obviously a bit of a defensive liability. Now, that's not a newsflash. We all knew Trae Young not going to help this team defensively, but the problem is they got a 43-point night from Jalen Johnson and still lost to a theoretically tanking Hornets team. They had no answers out there from LaMelo Ball or Canuple. Really not a great look. They also struggled against Brandon Miller. The defense for this Hawks team, despite having Dyson Daniels, one of the best defenders in the NBA, just has not looked very good just across the board. They also lack a little bit of depth. I mean, I know Nickeil Alexander-Walker was great off the bench. He had 28 points, but this just has not been that smooth of sailing for the Hawks, despite all the moves they continue to make, or they, used to. They haven't made any super recently. They made a lot in the offseason, and despite the emergence of, an all-star like Jalen Johnson, they haven't been that good. Ricochet had 5 points on very inefficient shooting numbers in this game. The Hawks have a lot to work on. We don't have a fully updated injury report here for Atlanta. Since they're playing on back-to-back nights, we'll see who's available to go. I do think there's a chance that Trae Young could potentially sit out here on the second half of a back-to-back. Coming off that injury, that would make some sense. Everybody else I would kind of expect to be ready to go for this one. A lot of guys didn't even play that heavy of minutes here for Atlanta. So we'll see what they got in the tank. They are 1.5-point underdogs here at home. We've got a total of 239.5. The Spurs, 5-7-1 against the spread on the road, 2-1 against the spread on no rest. They're 15-11 to the over. Atlanta's 4-7 against the spread at home. They're 4-2 against the spread on no rest, and 16-11 to the over. Despite both these teams maybe being a little bit tired, I do think you could look at over 239.5 in this game just based on those trends. I don't think that's terrible. I'm not going to be involved in that in a big way, but I do think this is a good spot to potentially back the Spurs. They're coming off a blowout, easy peasy win there over Washington where nobody had to play that many minutes. That is not the case for the Hawks. So I would jump on this one early. This is an opening line. It's probably going to move. I'll like the Spurs here. Anything under 6 points probably pretty comfortably just go ahead and take the Spurs. This is a play that will definitely make the pinned comment. Rounding into the home stretch here, guys, we're looking at the Chicago Bulls going on the road to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Bulls and Cavaliers are playing a little home-and-home series, and in Game 1, the Bulls played at home, and they beat Cleveland 127-111. Thought the Cavs might use this as a bit of a get-right spot. Well, the Bulls are the ones that got right, and Josh Giddey, he went nuts in this game, playing great, posted a triple-double, 23 points, 11 boards, 11 assists, also had a couple steals and a block mixed in there, went 5 of 11 from 3. Is that the best three-point shooting night of Josh Giddey's career? I feel like it's possible. Everybody in the Bulls shot the ball relatively well. They shoot like 40% from 3. They went 13 of 18 from the free throw line. That wasn't great, but very, very good stuff out there. Vooch had a very good night, putting up 20 points and 9 rebounds on very solid shooting numbers. Kobe White is back and playing well, put up 25 points. 3 double-digit scores coming off the bench, Zach Collins, Kevin Huerter, and Trey Jones. So the Bulls are getting healthy again, and this is a team that went pretty nuts in the early season. They shot 56% from the field against a floundering Cavaliers team. The Cavs are now 15-13 on the season. Things are getting really, really weird. It's sounding like trade stuff is possible. Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley are the only 2 untouchable players it's being reported. Garland trades could be happening. All kinds of weird stuff. Garland, poor guy, just can't get it going. I don't know if he's still kind of hurt or that toe's messing with him or what, but he had another pretty mediocre shooting night. They wasted a 32-point performance from Donovan Mitchell. Jarrett Allen came back, played pretty well. Only 6 boards, though. That doesn't sound like him. Hunter, only 12 points off the bench. Another guy that you would think might be available out there if other teams are sniffing around. So we will see what goes on with the Cavaliers here. It did not look good. The injury report also doesn't look great. Mobley obviously still out. Donovan Mitchell on the injury report now, too. He's questionable due to an illness, so that's a really bad sign. Sam Merrill's still missing time. His absence has really hurt this team as well. They really need his shooting, but he will not be back for this one. So mostly bad news there for Cleveland. They're still 6.5-point favorites here at home. We've got a total of 239.5. The Bulls are only 5-8 against the spread on the road. They are 14-12 to the under. Cleveland, they are 4-12 against the spread at home this season. They are 16-12 to the under. Maybe take under 239.5 in this game, especially if you think there's a chance that we could see Donovan Mitchell sit this game out. Now, normally in these home-and-home series or these little 2 mini-game series in general, you just fade the team that won the first game all the time. But I don't think I can do that in this one. I do think I'm going to be siding with the Chicago Bulls. If they are playing at a high pace and Mitchell is out of this game, or if he's limited, like dealing with an illness and trying to play a really crazy up-and-down game can be brutal. So I will be leaning towards the Chicago Bulls here, getting 6.5 points as a potential dog of the day. Last but not least here, guys, we're looking at the Oklahoma City Thunder going on the road to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Thunder are currently up 16 against the Clippers, and I kind of thought this game would be a little bit more out of reach than that. We need the Thunder to find a way to win by at least 18. We'll see if we can make that happen. Well, now they're up by 19, so we'll see if they can make that happen. Obviously, a very comfortable win there for them over a floundering Clippers team that's just had a terrible time this year. I did expect a nice bounce back there from the Thunder after their cup game loss, and we got exactly what we expected. 32 points from SGA, 22 from Chet. Very good production out there from J-Dub. He played well in this game. Isaiah Joe putting up 14 off the bench. Mitchell, 16 off the bench. They only shot 36% from 3, at least so far, and only shot 16 free throws. If SGA is suddenly not going to get free throw attempts, at his normal high rate, I think we're going to see maybe not a lot, but we're going to see some things change here for the Thunder. So we'll see how that goes. The rebounding numbers did not look great against the Clippers, definitely struggling there against the size of Zubac and Brook Lopez. So overall, though, a very comfortable win there for the Thunder. They've got to feel pretty okay about life. You're still going to be, they're going to be 25-2. Even though you didn't win the NBA Cup, I think you're going to be okay out there. And they do cover for us, so that's great. We'll definitely take that. Appreciate you, Oklahoma City Thunder. We'll see who's healthy and ready to go for this one. Hartenstein did sit out this first game on the of the back-to-back for rest, so we do expect him to be back, and we pretty much expect basically everybody for the Thunder to play. They've been playing on these back-to-backs. They've pretty clearly stated that they are going for that NBA wins record, and I'm going to need pretty much everybody out there pretty much every night if that's something you're trying to make happen. So we'll see what they can do here. Going on the road to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, the Timberwolves, they are fully rested for this game, but they've been having some ups and downs. They haven't been terrible, but at 17-10 on the season and coming off a 6-point loss there against the Grizzlies, some injuries and just some slightly ineffective play is starting to become a concern. They gave up 33 points, or 28 points in 33 minutes there to Jaren Jackson Jr., in that loss. They also gave up 20 points to Jock Landale coming off the bench. Julius Randle, 9 of 21 from the field for 21 points. Not a great shooting night. McDaniels also only 4 of 11 from the field. Rudy Gobert had a highlight dunk. That's cool. Well, your team lost. DiVincenzo, 19 points. Only 4 of 11 from 3. Just hasn't been able to find his shot. He did have 11 boards in that game. Bones Highland played 34 minutes and was a plus 10. Is it time to give Busy Bones more playing time? I don't know. Kind of feels like it. Anthony Edwards was out for that game, so that doesn't help. Missing your best player is rough. Naz Reid, 30 minutes, 16 points. Seemed like he got injured in that game, though, so we'll be checking on him very, very closely there on that injury report. But the Timberwolves, obviously, a lot of their success is going to hinge on whether or not Anthony Edwards comes back. Going to be pretty interesting to see what a guy like Kevin Garnett can bring to the table here. At this point in his life, I guess. But I love it. I'm a big KG fan from back in the day, so hopefully, some of these young Timberwolves can take his crazy, crazy psycho mentality a little bit to heart. Anthony Edwards, dealing with that foot issue, is officially questionable for this game. I tend to think he'll come back to play the Thunder, but also, if you're going to miss a game, probably going up against some of the craziest perimeter defense that exists ever, might not be a bad game to miss if you're asking me. Other than that, everybody does look healthy and ready to go here for the Timberwolves. So looking at the numbers, the Timberwolves are getting 7.5 points here at home. We've got a total of 222.5 or 225.5. The Thunder are 7-6 against the spread on the road. They are 1-2 against the spread on no rest. They are 14-12 to the over. The Timberwolves are pretty bad, 5-9 against the spread at home. Basically a 500 over-under team. With a low total like this of 225.5, you could maybe talk me into the over, but better than that, guys, I'll just take the Thunder here, minus 7.5. On the off chance that Anthony Edwards doesn't play, I don't think the Timberwolves can keep things even competitive here. I know this isn't like a dream spot for the Thunder. I mean, they just played in Oklahoma City, and now they got to fly to Minnesota, but it's a late game there in Minnesota. It's not that crazy of a flight from OKC to Minnesota, so I think they'll be okay. I think they take care of business and win this one by double digits, especially if Anthony Edwards is really sidelined. Guys, that's all the games we have here for today. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I'm more than happy to get back to you. Make sure you're checking the pinned comment throughout the day. We will be adding at least one, if not multiple, player props in there at some point tomorrow when all the props come out. I appreciate everybody watching these videos. Make sure you're clicking the link in the description to check out stumpthespread.com. Get it on those red hot premium picks. It is a great time to dive in over there at Stump the Spread and get in on those. Also get on that free email list and check that free picks tab. You want to be doing that stuff every day. And guys, we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Same time, same place for more sports betting action.